hood screaming out dirty cops, cause they up to no good, fucking dirty cops. Wanna slam me on the hood, dirty cops.
Our story takes place in 2014 and starts on June 18th in the capital of Oklahoma State, Oklahoma City. It's around 2 a.m. and the Oklahoma City police force is finishing their shift change at the Spring Lake station. For some officers, the workday is just beginning, and for others, just ending. One officer in particular that's starting his journey home is Daniel Holtzclaw. All is seemingly normal, with Officer Holtzclaw taking his regular route home, driving north on North Prospect Avenue in his assigned take-home patrol vehicle. Something strange happens just minutes after leaving the station, though. Before crossing Northeast 50th Street, his vehicle's GPS system loses connection, seemingly having lost all power. In short order, it would be discovered that the disconnection was intentional and caused by the only person in the vehicle at the time, Officer Daniel Holtzclaw. This was a major breach of policy, not only because this removes the ability to locate the department's property and employee, but also for officer safety. Holtzclaw's intentional powering off of the GPS was such an egregious violation that this one action alone raised exponentially more suspicion towards him. Suspicion that, at its roots, was fueled by what would happen just moments later. On the corner of North Lincoln Boulevard and Northeast 50th Street, only a few blocks from where he had powered off his GPS, Holtzclaw would perform a traffic stop on a red Pontiac Grand Am. The driver was Jenny Liggins, a 57-year-old black woman. Both Liggins and Holtzclaw's statements matched on some basic facts, but they would each recall vastly different experiences and details. Holtzclaw would state that he suspected an intoxicated driver after allegedly witnessing the vehicle swerve as it was approaching the traffic lights at the intersection. The traffic stop lasted roughly 15 minutes, with Holtzclaw stating that he performed standard checks and searches for drugs, weapons, and open alcoholic containers. Confirming that Liggins was not impaired, he releases her without any citation or warning issued, telling her that he will escort her back to her destination. Holtzclaw would continue on Interstate 44 North as Liggins merged onto Interstate 44 West, choosing to abandon the plan of escorting her and opting to go home instead. Upon further questioning about the details of this traffic stop, it was revealed that Holtzclaw did not report the encounter to police dispatch, did not run a records check on Liggins, and even had completely logged off of his computer. What happened during that traffic stop that would escalate into having not only the event in question come under scrutiny, but Daniel Holtzclaw as a whole?
I think I'm already embarrassed.
Why are you embarrassed? Why? Tell me why you're
The
embarrassed.
station deal, so.
Nobody. Well, I mean, there's
I mean,
rumors
everyone-
flying. I know, and we tried to do that as kind of quietly as we could, and that's why we took you up the front and stuff. But now I know you're an officer, and I know you've seen these 1,000 times
Right.
and you've read them yourself.
Right,
You still ask me any questions if you have one.
right.
Okay, don't be embarrassed of that. This is gonna make the rumors go away.
Okay.
Okay? For you.
Right,
The rumor tomorrow is gonna be on somebody else.
right.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
So let's get them off of you
Mm-hmm.
and get them onto somebody else and get this over with.
Okay.
You had said, and we told you that there was a traffic stop,
Right,
that somebody made some allegations against an officer.
right.
They don't know the officer's name, none of that. And you said that you made a traffic stop after work,
Yeah,
but you didn't call it in.
I didn't call it.
Where was that?
It was about Northeast 50th and Lincoln, just to the west.
Okay. Tell me about that stop.
I was going westbound on Northeast 50th, probably a block just east of Lincoln. I see a red Grand Prix or Grand Am in my right lane, in the outside lane. I'm in the inside lane. The car swerves, and so at the time I'm thinking, okay, it's probably a drunk person, or maybe he got excited because they saw a cop. So I kind of fall behind it. Kind of drifting just a little bit, not crossing lane lines, nothing crazy. So I lighted up because at first the traffic violation I saw at first when it swerved.
Do you make traffic stops normally after work?
I don't, but in that case I saw her swerve and whatnot, so I felt like I needed to make that traffic stop.
Okay. Was she respectful? Was she?
She
Not,
felt like
was
she
she-
was nervous and whatnot, and I'm like, why are you nervous? And she was even crying. I'm like, why are you crying? Why are you nervous? Whatnot? And she's just like, I don't know. I'm just nervous because you're a cop and I got pulled over.
Okay. So you got her out of the car.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And put her in the back of your car.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And she's making some sexual allegations, obviously, because sex crimes is working it.
Right. What did she say?
Well, was there anything, an accidental touch, anything?
If she thought it when I passed searched her, but it was nothing as far as I felt like I would do anything as far as sexual or anything like that. For my safety, I just checked to see if the weapons or anything.
And
I told her no. I said no.
then she didn't go, yeah, you
No.
know, because sometimes drunk girls are,
Having a good time.
yeah,
Right,
and
no.
partying down. And let's face
And
it,
I've already heard stories about officers
people
and
want,
whatnot.
they
so
want
I don't
officers for
I didn't want-
hubbies
so
or
I said
whatever.
no.
And
I said no.
you could have said no. But I'm asking you if she flashed you anyways.
I didn't see her. I didn't
didn't
see
see
her
no
breasts.
boobies?
I didn't see her breasts. Nothing in her pants as far as I concerned. She was wearing tight jeans. So
She said she pulled them down.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see her pull them down?
I didn't see her pulling down pants.
Trying to figure out why she'd say that. I mean, I could see her saying it if you wrote her a ticket because she's pissed off.
Right.
Detective Davis brings up one of the most pressing circumstances surrounding the case. What possible reason could there have been for Liggins to lie? She wasn't taken to jail or even arrested. She did not receive a ticket or summons. She was let go with a warning that was solely verbal and unentered into police databases.
Now, make it quite clear, if you saw her boobs, I don't care if she's flashing you.
I did not see
You
her
did not see her
breasts.
boobies.
No, I did not see her breasts.
So she's saying you shined your light on her.
I did not see her breasts.
Where do you keep your flashlight?
The west side right here, right behind my radio.
Usually if I see somebody swarming, I'm whoop, the other way.
And that's a little officers do too, so
Do you recall putting your penis in her mouth?
I don't.
Would you recall that if you did it?
If I did it, yeah.
Okay. Well, I think you really, in all honesty, you need to really double think about this. I mean, I got to be honest with you, it doesn't look really good.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, in what you originally thought, detectives just don't roll up in there for no reason.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. They getting a blowjob. Okay. That is a different story.
Right.
And or did your penis go in her mouth?
No, it did not.
Okay. Because DNA will clear it up. And here's the deal, too. We can fall on the sword
Okay.
and say I screwed up or something. But if we say we didn't do it, we didn't do it, we didn't do it, and then the DNA comes back and says he did it, then we have a huge problem.
Right.
We're here to give you the chance to fall on the sword, so we don't want a huge problem. We don't want a huge problem for you.
Right.
Look,
Right.
there's a huge difference. There's a huge difference in between rape being forced
Mm-hmm.
and some
And-
old girl who wants it.
Right.
Okay, there's a huge difference. There's a huge difference in between rape being forced
Mm-hmm.
and some
And-
old girl who wants it.
Right.
Okay, we've had plenty of that
We get that. We know that.
for something that
Right.
there was no force.
Right.
Now, I'm not seeing any beating or anything like that.
Right.
Okay, I'm not seeing that big time, big guy forcer type thing like what we do see.
Right.
But, you
But
know,
if it was a get out of jail free card,
but, you
but
know,
if it was a get out of jail free card, that happens.
Right.
And we know that happens.
Cause they up to no good, fucking dirty cops. Wanna slam me on the hood, dirty cops. Try to rob me for my rights, but I know.
But we gotta know that. We gotta know that versus, you know, he made me, I didn't want to, blah, blah, blah. If it's a get out of jail free card, then that's a different story. You know, he made me, I didn't want to, blah, blah, blah. If it's a get out of jail free card, then that's a different story.
and we've worked enough of them, okay, cases that it didn't happen. The problem is where we're at right now,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And that's why we wanted to hear your version of the story.
Right.
Whether we just go off of what we see and I mean, whatever this tests out as.
Right.
Okay. Let's switch up for a second. You had another girl, okay?
Mhm.
You probably not necessarily going to remember the name, but her name is Terry Morris, okay? Black female. Supposedly you promised her a ride to the city rescue mission. This ring a bell?
No.
You did a traffic stop with her. She thought you ran her for warrants. Was it clicking? Drove her around.
Mm-mm.
No.
The name doesn't. I don't recall a name like that.
Okay, but she's claiming the same thing. The exact same thing.
Detective Gregory reveals that there is now another accuser named Terry Morris. As the case continued to develop after this interrogation, a total of 21 accusers would come forward, stating that they too were a victim of Holtzclaw.
It's not me.
Are you circumcised?
I am circumcised.
Just asking. Do you have pubic hair?
Yes.
Well, I mean, some people manscape, as you call it.
Right.
You groom?
I groom.
Okay.
Yes.
So do I. For just a plain old penis, huh?
Plain old penis.
Plain old 14-incher.
I don't know what to say about that, but
See, you should have. You just had your opportunity. Well, that's because you're huge. What's your commission number?
1782.
I masturbate right and left.
Okay.
Does that work?
I think I do that left-handed.
Very good.
Well, I am dominant.
I masturbate right and left.
Okay.
Does that work?
I think I do that left-handed.
Very good.
Well,
I do.
where do you work out?
At 4 Star Gym, off of May, about 63rd.
Yeah.
Off of May, about 63rd.
No roids at all.
No woods.
No roids at all.
No woods.
You do all the protein
I
drinks and
drink
all
a
that
lot
stuff.
of
If you did roids, would you tell us?
I would. Not today.
I mean, because we don't care. If you did roids, would you tell us?
I would. Not today.
I mean, because we don't care. Because we don't care.
When you went home, was anybody home?
My girlfriend was home.
Do
you
you
get
live
laid?
with her?
Huh? No, she doesn't. She just stayed.
Did you get laid?
Messed around, yeah.
What's messed around? Sex?
I guess
We were all adults.
we almost had sex, and she was tired.
What'd you do?
So my penis went around her vagina, and then maybe went a little bit in, and then she pushed me off and said, "No, we don't want it. I'm tired." I was like, "Okay."
That's kind of mean to let it get that far and then stop.
How often do you have sex?
About once a day, if that.
You guys have sex once a day?
Yeah,
How old are you?
27.
Well, yeah.
How much you jerk off?
Maybe once a day.
So you have sex once a day and masturbate once a day.
Yeah.
You masturbated before work?
Yeah. I don't
These
think I
pants
got.
don't fit the greatest,
Right.
and if you get a hard on, I'm gonna be able to tell you got a hard on.
Right, and I'm pretty positive I didn't get a hard on.
Do
Positive.
you still just get boners because you get boners?
Yeah.
You do. So, have you ever got a boner on a call?
I'm pretty sure I have.
Okay.
Pretty sure I have.
But it's not something you would
No.
remember. I mean, I would remember if I got a hard on
Right.
talking to somebody.
And I have no state driver's license. Doing my shift, I don't think you need to be worried about. If nothing's on board where I need to take you to jail, you're good. I'm not worried about no state driver's license.
Not working.
No,
Have you ever had sex in the backseat of your
I
car?
have not.
Because I mean, some people do. You know, I mean, I'm not saying forced sex, consensual sex.
Right.
You sure she just didn't flash you?
I can't. She did not. I don't want to say I can't recall, but I'm pretty positive she didn't
Well, I
flash
see
me.
a pic-
Recall, but I'm pretty positive she didn't
Well, I
flash
see
me.
a pair of titties.
She
I'm gonna
she
see
went
her.
like this.
Skin?
Yeah, I saw skin. Yeah.
Well, she's older. Were tits hanging down, and you saw the bottom of her tits.
I don't know.
Motherfucker tried to blow me out my Reeboks, but I swing like Jack in a beanstalk. Chop 'em down when these bitches